Last month, the Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, commissioned a new railway sleeper plant to produce concrete sleepers at Dawa in the Ningo Pram district in the Greater Accra region. The new Atlantic concrete plant was built by LMI Holdings at a cost of $8 million and is the first of its kind in the country. Does this signify a progress in investment from the private sector in railway development, and how does the LMI project fit into government's effort to develop the railway system in the country? To discuss these and more, I have with me Mr. Francis Osei-Badu, Chief Operations Officer and an Executive Director of LMI Holdings, and you are watching The Hard Truth. My name is Nana Akusia Kunidwa Santi Samuel. Francis Osei-Badu is the Chief Operating Officer at LMI Holdings, and welcome to The Hard Truth, sir.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Very well, thank you so much.
So it's intentional, you won't call me and we are no more friends?
No.
Why no? You don't call?
No,
So Francis and I have a history. We've been friends for a very long time, and he's decided not to call me, but it's really good to have you here, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here.
But I know you want to say sorry, but I forgive you. I hope you call now, frequent caller.
I will do that.
Good.
I'll make it a point.
But Francis, really, LMI Holdings, has grown consistently over the last 25 years to become this huge firm we see now. What is the strategic mission and vision of the company, and how has it been successful in getting where you are now to where you are now?
Right. The character of LMI is the character of my chairman, chief executive officer, Kojo Edugni. He's a driven man, and so he sees opportunities where people think it's so difficult to see. Because remember, Ghana is a developing country. There is so much to do. So Kojo's dreams, impossible dreams, and then make it reality. So every single day, month, he comes up with something that he thinks, oh no, we have to do this in Ghana. We cannot leave it to other people to come and do it for us. So you can actually see how, so he looks at things that people are not thinking about. He looks at things for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years well in advance. And we look at that, put the numbers together, and if there's a business case for it, we just pursue it. But
it says that to be a catalyst for the growth of industry in Ghana and Africa, to become an example of a world-class Ghanaian industrial business to the world, to create the enabling environment and attract foreign investment into Ghanaian industry. Are you achieving this?
Definitely, definitely. If you look at what we have, many of the things we have done, we started off with the free zone enclave where we are the developer. Remember, the free zone concession was given to the Malaysians who never invested anything at all. Kojo took it over, thought we can do it. Then went around, got financing to develop the place in terms of the services. And as you can tell, you've been there before. What you say, the rest is history. So you have virtually all the world-class companies there. So you have the Cargills from the US, you have Barry Callebaut from Switzerland, we have BD Associates from Russia, we have Amajaro there, Yara. So all your world-class companies are situated at the free zone enclave.
I see. But Francis, the government has, yes, they've committed to developing the railway system in the country, and railway sleepers are a significant section of the railway infrastructure. The Vice President, commissioned the railway sleeper plant by your company at Dawa, I think last month. What led to the decision of your company, LMI, to actually invest in the railway infrastructure?
Well, like many other things we do, we look at opportunities and gaps. So here we are in the free zone enclave, and we have all these companies who actually process goods and export them. And they are all exporting their goods in containers, passing it through the Tema runabout, which is very, very inconvenient for them, congested. So what is opportunity there? The actual aggregates and stones that was used to build the Tema Harbour all those years ago were hauled from Shire Hills. So the railway line is already there. It's just that nobody's touched it for over 50 years. So we said, look, the easiest way to move heavy cargo is to do this line. So we decided to build the first 12 kilometers from the Tema Free Zone enclave to the harbour, for which we've been working on for the past 4 years. With all the difficulties, first of all, you have to clear the line. Everybody is encroached because nobody believes anybody will ever come and build a railway line. So suddenly you see somebody doing it and say, no, 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 you can't do it. And we've done it. The line is cleaned. All the heavy bridges that will carry the loads have been constructed. What we are waiting for is going through the process of getting the
papers for it. We'll talk about that. But how would, again, will your SEPA plant, contribute to the general governmental framework of developing the country's railway system?
Yeah, remember, from the free zone enclave, the free zone enclave is nearly sold out. So we have started a new enclave at Dawa on the Aflawa Road. So this railway, we are going to extend it to that place, to the Dawa industrial city. That will make the journey very, very short.
Right.
And we have plans to also then continue to Akosombo with that line, which I know other developers.
No, but are you getting assistance from government? Is government helping, or just solely you, LMI?
Well, we don't really tie ourselves to governments, because government has got so much to do. There is so much the private sector can do. And so it is very nice to know that the MPP government is, private-friendly government. So in that sense, we will have good ears at all places when we actually present our plans to government. We are not expecting to be financed, because we always do our own financing. But in terms of the obstacles and the bureaucracies, we expect it to be cleared a bit quicker now that we have a privately sympathetic government in place.
So it's solely you are not getting support from nowhere?
No, we have always looked our business plan, and then we will build a business case for it. And if we think it's profitable, it will be profitable and doable, we go for it. We don't really, you will never see us go to government and say, please give me this and that, because it can be done by the private.
I see, but we hear the concrete plan cost, $8 million, and LMI Holdings financing this project by itself.
And more.
Oh,
and more.
So you don't have any other investors coming in to partner with you?
We do partner in some businesses, but where we can do it, we just do it. What is a railway sleeper plant? It's a simple plant which we acquired from UK and got the consultants to come to Ghana, really assembled it. Look, there are very good engineers in Ghana here. Don't believe we can't do it. That's what we keep proving all the time, from our substation for our electricity company. We build a substation with Ghanaian engineers. And so a simple super plan shouldn't be too difficult. So they send us the drawings. We gave it to our consultants here, and they built the platforms, for which we got the consultants from the companies we bought those equipment for to just come and commission. And they were very surprised to see how well it's been built in Ghana.
I see, but Francis, though, durable and more cost-effective than the traditional wood sleepers, concrete sleepers are not quite common in Africa. Why do you think this is the case?
Well, the way forward will be concrete, whether you like it or not. Nobody will allow you to cut these hardwood anymore to prepare sleepers for it. The hardwood is finishing. And to cast iron for the sleepers is old technology. So the new technology is the reinforced steel, this in concrete for the sleepers, which is used everywhere in the world now. I mean, if you go to the lines in Europe, it's all concrete. You go to US, it's concrete. Even the Chinese lines are
No, but in Africa, it's not much. So I'm asking why.
Because railway in Africa is lagging behind. It's strangely, it's not the most difficult of projects to do, surprisingly. The railways are easier to build than roads.
They are easier to build than roads. So why don't we have a lot of that even in our system?
Nobody thinks about it. They think, railway is difficult. Railway is difficult. No, it's not. It's really cheaper to build railways than roads.
I see, but so which market will the Atlantic concrete sleeper, target, and how competitive do you think it will be?
Well, when we started this project, we knew the clients inside the enclave needed this particular service. They were missing their shipping deadlines. They get to the harbor and the ship is closed. So you can imagine, your container then is going to stay there or find alternative, very, very expensive and costly. So this is the markets we thought of. And the clients really, really encouraged us. Almost all of them are prepared to use the line. Since we started, what is then happening is we got one cement factory, the CMAF cement factory is being constructed. What are they using producing cement? It's clinker. The whole of that clinker is being shipped to Ghana. And if you're going to load this heavy load clinker on the roads in Tema, you can be sure every 5 years you have to construct a new road.
So you knowing that the railway or the rail system is cost effective and cheaper, is there a blueprint? Have you given government a new blueprint to go by and tell them, okay, so this is much better than traditional roads?
Oh, we are speaking to various people in government. The government is already working on seriously on railway, which you can now industrialize your country with that railway. Seriously, I'm telling you, if you go to a country, look at the railway lines they have, and you can tell whether they are industrialized or not. If you see the kilometer of railway line that will be constructed, will give you an indication whether you are being industrialized or not. You cannot use roads to industrialize your country. So I don't need to tell the government, they know that. And they are looking at it seriously. There are various schemes in various stages of ready to go. And that is what is gratifying to know. We were thinking about it 4-5 years ago, because nobody was. But here we are, it's just being married by the new administration.
I see. So what is the expected total production, Francis, capacity of the sleeper plant? And can we meet the expected demand of this capacity?
Yes, we've already had inquiries about the quantities that one particular company will need. And from the plant we have now, we're able to meet that capacity. But if we need to double it, quadruple it, we are able to, because we made allowance in the construction of the factory for new lines. And if you see the factory we've put up, can work 24 hours a day. The curing system is now in place. The laboratories that we need to use in testing. So we are ready and able to supply the quantities that we will need for the construction now.
I see, but we all know the importance of railway lines and that, governments can't do it alone. You said that your company has already, ventured into that sector already. Do you think that the business environment and conditions in the sector are enough to attract investors to, to do business with you?
The good thing about investment is the confidence in any country, the system, the particular sector. Once people begin to feel confident of where they can send their money, you will have so much money you wouldn't know what to do with it. There is so much money, capital around in the world trying to find somewhere to go. So you have to create an enabling environment, and they think they can come and make money. They think the law will support them if they get into difficulties. You will be surprised what will happen. And that is why you always need a system where the government would say, look, I am for private investment. And people will sit on the sideline and watch for probably a year to see, oh, okay, these people are serious. And once they realize they are serious, you will have so much investment you won't believe whether you can even handle it. So I'm very confident that it will come. It's just building the confidence. And once people are, investment is confidence. Once people are confident that they can come and do their business, nobody's going to harass them, nobody's going to...
they will come.
Yeah, it just works like that.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are still watching The Heart, and I have with me Francis Osei-Badu. He is the Chief Operating Officer at LMI Holdings. Francis, in executing, your plan for the construction, I'm sure you're experiencing some challenges. What is it? What are the main challenges, you are confronted with?
Well, the main challenges are the timing of the plant being in Ghana and the processes you go into get the licenses. Remember, we've been working on this license for 4 years. For 4 years. Nobody's heard about it. It's just recently that the Vice President then said, oh, this is a good plan, he will help us get. But we've been working at it for 4 years.
So so the Vice President said that. So has he done it? Is there, have you seen concrete evidence that he's actually
we are in
helping you get the papers?
We are in touch with the right people now, and basically they are asking the right questions of what we should.
No, but that was for 2 years. So why were you not getting it for 2 years?
No, 4 years.
4? Yeah,
we started. We actually started clearing the land, the path. If you actually, we can actually walk on the path all the way to the first station near Tema. We've cleared it.
No, but what was it? You were doing a good thing, building railways, and why the obstacle? What was the main challenge? Bureaucracy is what?
In Ghana, people don't believe a private person can do it. They think, oh, it's government, this is too huge for a private person. But we are not a charitable company. We look at the numbers, and then, like I'm telling you, now we've got a cement factory there, and this cement factory, together with another one being built, will easily be bringing to the site about 1 million metric ton of clinker.
I see.
So the business is there. We saw that. Nobody saw that. They think, oh, these people are mad people. They are building a railway for what? But we knew the business is there.
4 years ago. But again, your company is embarking on a project to build and operate a new railway that links, from Tema to the Free Zone Enclave at Dawa Industrial City and the Mega House at Tema. What is the progress, again, of the project, and are you meeting your timelines?
Well, as we explained, the factory we brought was for that the purpose of the factory was to build this line. Then, God being so good, the government wants to then embark on a huge industrialization program, which the railway has to be part of it. So it's not because we are very clever, it's because we look at things 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from any date to see what is needed in Ghana. Is this something we want to get ourselves involved? Can we do it? Will they be profitable? And so that is how we operate. I mean, for instance, if you know the story about the substation which we built at the Tema Free Zone enclave, here we are. Heavy industries were coming. There was not enough electricity because there was no substation to pick it up. We go to the right companies and they tell us, oh, it will take 3.5 years to get budget from government. And then when we get a budget from government, it will take us another 3 years to build. Our business depends on electricity. So what do we do? So we decided to explore the possibility of building a substation. And when we got into it, we were able to finance this substation and build it at a record time of 18 months. Never been done in Ghana.
18 months?
18 months.
8 months?
8 months.
And then yet it takes years to
we don't know that because we cannot afford our money to be hanging about. So 18 months we completed our substation. And now we are building the second one at Dawa because power is our business. If you don't bring power there, no industry will come. So there is no reliable power at that corridor. We are constructing. But you again indicated from a letter you received from, I think, Ghana Railway Development Authority concerning the project and, about 4 months ago. What was the letter about, Francis? And did you really give positive news or idea from, on your license? Well, 4 months ago, basically, I'm talking about 4 years ago, we have had so many meetings. It's just stonewalling us and just difficult. But that is what we are. We are very tough people. What is difficult, it's not difficult for us at all. We will keep at it because we operate with lion heart. If you don't do that, you won't do anything in Ghana. Because what you are seeing, people don't even see it. So we go there, we do this, let us bring this, bring the drawings, and then the same people who said you should bring this haven't even looked at it. You think you are bothering them, but I'm just hoping that this time it will be different.
From where you sit, Francis, what crucial areas do you want government to address in changing the fortunes of our railway industry?
Well, as I have said just not too long ago, if you go to a country and the railway is not working, that country is never going to be industrialized. How can you move this huge quantity of goods, passengers, and allied things without a railway? I mean, how can your minerals be moved without a railway?
So let's say government decides to start today. How many months will it take to complete building railways or having constructing railways all over across Ghana?
Well, if we start now, by 3 years' time, we will have a great number of kilometers constructed. We will need railway building for the next 10, 15, 20 years as Ghana develops and the economy gets better. Because it has been neglected for over 50 years.
It's about time we started.
Nobody's done anything.
But again, the Dawa Industrial Zone project on the Accra Floor Highway, is one of the main projects under construction by LMI Holdings. Is the project, progressing according to schedule?
Yes, we are progressing according to schedule. as one of the key indicators which you should be bearing in mind is as soon as we actually commission the new substation there you know we are there. At the moment, you have investors who are already ready to sign, and they are planning, their construction planning is timed to our substation. Nobody will come and put in their factory and wait for the power. So everything is being synchronized, and that is what is happening.
So what kind of infrastructure should we expect in the enclave?
Well, you will get if you've been to Tema Free Zone Enclave, whatever we have there will even be done better there, because of course we have learned new things, we have learned from experience. So you should have first class asphalted road to the enclave. If you come to the enclave now, you see the whole drainage, underground, there's covered drainage and sewage being constructed. And I said we are bringing the power from our substation there. What we have to look at, which we are now pricing, is we need to bring a reliable supply of water, which we intend processing somewhere in Sogapope and piping it to that place, not just to our enclave, but to the area.
So the infrastructure you've mentioned, I mean, which of them, are operational so far?
At the moment, the road is virtually ready to go, because we've done all the sewage work, and so last week we started putting the street lights there, so the road is ready.
I see, but
the sewage is ready.
Right. Which industries or what kind of industries or companies are you targeting, and how many companies have expressed interest so far?
Well, we have a mixed use. We actually have light industrial area, which we demarcate, heavy industrial area, pharmaceuticals, food processing, and then warehousing. So we have different sections for those places. So far, we have had about eight inquiries. One of them is virtually done. We should, if not this month, before the end of this month, next month, we should have our first client in there. 3 others are also ready to go. And everybody's looking at the substation, which is crucial. There is no way anybody will come and spend more than $1 million, $2 million, sometime to 10 million at a place which is a virgin land, and not convince themselves that what these people say they will give me, they are ready to give me. You can never get anybody to come and put their money and wait for the key ingredient, which is power and water. So they are watching the construction. Some of them will actually send us messages from having looked at Google on how the construction is. No, they don't joke about that.
I see. But for a company interested in acquiring a space within the enclave, how much, France, will it cost such a company to come there?
Well, in terms of the cost of our land, we are not able to price now because there's so much of the work going on now.
No, but you said some of them are coming in already.
Yes, I mean, we will have introductory price, but that's not the true price. You have to have
So can you give our viewers an idea of how much they should expect when they come there?
I'll just give you a range. We are looking between $80,000 and $100,000 per acre, and that's what we are looking at the moment. The early birds will get introductory prices, because you attract other people by, when they see people there, it is working. Then
so when should the early birds come to get that cheap price or lower price?
Oh, some of the early birds are already in there.
So if I come in now, I'm not early enough?
Oh, you will be, Ali.
Francis.
You will be,
Anyway,
Ali, yes.
your company partner with Imperial Logistics to construct a mega warehouse in Tema Industrial Enclave. Has a warehouse started operating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We have.
And what has been the patronage level so far?
No, quite good. Quite good. We got some of the multinationals already using the space there. As you know, Imperial is one of the biggest logistics, end-to-end logistics company in the world. So they will provide all the technology so they can move your goods from wherever, bring it in, store it, and then move it to your final clients, all based on technology. And we actually provide the infrastructure, i.e. the warehouses. That is what we are very good at. So we provide the infrastructure. Imperial does the distance there.
Right, but if someone says that I want to remain in Tema Enclave, not Dawa, do we have space still at Tema now?
Everybody says that one day Tema will be finished. Tema is only 1,000 acres, and you cannot have more than 1,000 acres. And Tema is virtually done.
I see.
Virtually finished.
I see.
You see, some time ago, about 5 years ago, we were looking at some of these multinationals who are situated on our land, and they were coming to us, oh, I want to buy more. I said, why? They said, oh, the business is so profitable, we want more space. So we sat there and said...
And they're moving to Dawa? They are?
Some of them, yes. And then we sat down and said, we are just selling land, and these people are making money on our land. So we kept some of our land to add value. And hence you see the biggest warehouse complex in Ghana, if not West Africa. That is how the mega warehouse concept came. So if they can make money on our land, we can certainly make money
but
on
I've
our
really
land.
seen the warehouse, and it's super huge.
Yes.
Super huge.
Yeah.
But we've also heard that your company is, constructing what is going to be the biggest shopping mall in the country at Tema Industrial Enclave. How much?
Who gave that secret away?
This is a hard truth,
Yes.
So how much is going into the construction, and when is it expected to be completed?
Well, we actually signed the master plan just about a week ago with Stanley, South Africa, and the way is now open to cut the sword sometime next month, and the construction proper starts in the first working period of January, and it is planned to be completed in 18 months, continuous construction. So that's what it is.
And we hear Greenwich, it's coming to take over.
Yes, you haven't seen have you seen the scheme?
I haven't.
This is a proper shopping mall, because
what are you saying? Don't you have proper malls in Ghana? We'll be right back.
We have.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are still watching The Hard Truth, and I still have here Francis Osei-Badu, Chief Operating Officer at LMI. Francis, we want to still hear about the mall. Is it solely owned by LMI, or we're going to have partners?
No, we actually have a partner.
Who is a partner?
Which is Stanley of South Africa. It's our partner with this mall. When I say proper mall, I mean the shopping experience which has gone into the design of this mall is unbelievable. The parking, where to even park, it's been so well laid out and thought out, so that we avoid congestions and so on and so forth. So basically come there and it's a place to relax.
I want to know, what's the percentage? How much percentage would you owe LMI?
Oh, I can't disclose that at the moment.
No worries. But again, upon all the things, an enclave and what's it called, the railways, why shopping mall?
We did a study about 3 years ago about the eastern side of Tema, and at the time, all those years ago, the amount of development that was taking place was not being supported by anything at all. It's just some 1 or 2 shops out there, filling stations. It cannot support the development that is taking place there. And as the years went by, it's just untenable. Somebody was going to do it. Somebody was going to have a shopping mall. Otherwise, those who could will drive to Accra, go why? So it was just a scheme begging to be built. And you know us, we don't miss a trick at all.
Okay, so you just cutting the sword, you said next month.
Yes.
And then it's going to be completed when?
Construction is starting January, and it's got an 18-month period.
And then it'll be done?
Oh yes. You know, the shopping mall construction is very tight. All the anchor tenants are already there. So it's very, very tight. The people are waiting for their shops to start selling. And that one is being done in Ghana. The West Hill Mall was completed on time because we were pouring the concrete there. We were supplying the concrete, so I know the timetable was met at the West Hill Mall.
So Tema and its environs get ready for the huge, biggest, better shopping mall in Ghana by LMI Holdings. But again, we hear that you want to go into affordable housing, and that's the real sector. What's happening to that?
Yes, we have acquired the land. If you actually think about it, if you have this huge Dawa industrial city as we are building it, you cannot not have an affordable housing nearby. How are you going to get the people who are going to work in the factories? Where would they live? Do you want to transport them from Tema every day? It's just logical that you have
to. Is it for just the people in the enclave or anyone else?
Well, it is meant to tell the investor who is coming that if you put up your factory here, you will get all the services that you need, and then you will get the manpower that you need because they'll be staying nearby. And so it is crucial that we have these affordable houses, because if you look at what is happening at the enclave, a lot of the managers are housed at the Treftracos of this world, at home. That is where they are, at Dawenya, this is where they actually come to work. We have to create something similar there. So it's a necessity. It just goes.
We say affordable housing. How affordable? I mean, can the everyday Ghanaian afford, say, a 2-bedroom house?
In fact, we have no choice. I mean, I love to build luxury houses and sell it for $1 million, but that is not what we are about. We need people to live next to the Dawa industrial city. The sort of people who work at the industrial city are not people who can afford a huge cost in terms of houses. So it is nothing but affordable. I mean, when you see the scheme we have drawn, we cannot.
Has that started? I mean, the construction of the house?
No, it hasn't. As the factories come in, we will build some of them to request, and so on and so forth.
I'm sure people are wondering, LMI, they're into so many things. I mean, I don't want us to end this conversation and have to answer questions. Tell us, what is LMI? What do you really do? You want to know the major things that the company does?
Right. LMI, as holdings, has got about 5 main subsidiaries. The core of the company was started by Mr.
Kojo
Eduhine. And he's a civil engineer by profession. Kojo Eduhine is the same person who in UK was one of the lead engineers in the construction of the Channel Tunnel to join UK to main Europe. And then if you go to Canary Wharf, the financial center, he was again one of the lead engineers on the Canary Wharf, this in construction. So having spent all this time from Imperial to Leeds University, he decided to come to Ghana. And when he came, that is the work he was doing. So he built so many oil tank farms, so on and so forth.
Yes, we want to know the subsidiaries. You mentioned the subsidiaries.
So you've got the Murphy Construction. You have Atlantic Quarry and Concrete. You have EPC, that is Enclave Power Company. You have Limex. You have IWC, that is International Warehousing Company, and that's what it is. And then for the land constructions, you have Octoglo Ghana Limited and ILDC, that is International Land Development Company. And now we've added the Dawa Industrial City to it. So from the construction, a lot of the things that is happening are just logical. They're just, if you're into construction, you will need material. So he thinks, oh God, I have to, the suppliers are not giving me the supplies at the time I need it. I'm losing money. So he gets his own quarry. I've got quarry. Yes, I can produce my own concrete. Then we get into concrete. For the land, we need to do all the services. So we will have to produce asphalt. We already have a company that produces asphalt, Limex. So we go into asphalt production. Then from then on, you just,
you keep going.
Yes.
Okay, so in your opinion, what is it? You think that there's been enough support from government? Is government, in your opinion, from where you sit, giving enough support to the private sector?
I don't know why everybody keeps saying government, government, government. All what government needs to do is create the enabling environment. Enabling environment. And the private sector should not be sitting down worrying about
But are they
government.
creating, yes, that's all we need. You've mentioned that.
Yeah.
Is government creating that enabling environment for the private sector?
We spend so much time worrying about our own businesses and plans and how we will make money, and once in a while, if we have to worry about government because of a particular project, then we do. But by and large, it hasn't been. If you find government too important with contracts and all those things, and that is not the best. But I'm just hoping that when you get this new government, which is business friendly, and you look at the economic team, and you look at what they talk about, what they are planning, then you just say,
We could get
I
better.
think we are just moving at the right
I'm
direction.
just, you're giving me cause to worry. How was your dealings with the old government? Was it a business-friendly environment?
We don't spend too much time dealing with government unless we have to. For instance, you need the permits. You have no choice but to get into one of the departments to deal with. But by and large, we just stay away from governments. By and large, we do, because after all, we are borrowing our own money to do our own things. Why that is the problem here.
10 months.
Governments are too become too
And
important.
you think that shouldn't be?
Well, it's never the case elsewhere, is it? Never the case elsewhere. You think Bill Gates sits down in the morning and say, "Oh, should I see Obama? Where is Trump?" No. He's worried about how he's going to expand into China, into Asia, into Africa. He wouldn't have time for the American
I see,
government.
but 10 months into office, what's your assessment of government's performance so far, finally?
If you are trying to get me into politics, which we avoid, I mean, for 10 months for a government to be doing some of the things they have done is amazing, honest.
Like what? What have they done that is so amazing?
Well, if you know how much work, I mean, from where I sit in planning projects, funding it, getting all the logistics together, and then going day one to start to execute, it is very, very, very impressive to find a government who said they will start free HSS and have done that. You know, to think of the concept of where the money is going to come from. You can say all you like, but when you actually take power, then you go and you look here and the money that you thought would be there is not there, but you have said you will do it. It's not easy. So that's impressive. And then the launch of the food program, and then by extension trying to get the storage places on there. So you look at that and then you say, okay, if they can think this way, then probably the other one, some of them need much more planning than being able to just launch it. So, I mean, you tell the school children you do it that way, you have no choice but to really bring it forward. And for them to be able to do that is quite impressive. It means there's some organization at that place, and that is good.
If you want to get in touch with LMI Holdings, you can go to www.lmi.com.gh, again www.lmi.com.gh, or you can again contact them on 0302-224965, 0302-224957, or 026-499-5515. Francis, thank you so much for talking to the Hard Truth.
Thank you so much for having me.
Francis Osei-Badu is the Chief Operating Officer and an Executive Director of LMI Holdings, and you've been watching The Hard Truth. Let's have your comment on all our social media platforms on your screen right now. I'll catch a repeat of the program tomorrow morning at 9 to 10 a.m. My name is Nana Akusia Knudra Santi Samuel. Have a good evening. Bye.